Hi, Book Monster Mitch. Everybody, welcome to video 100 of the channel. This is the 100th video of Book Monster. Give or take a year, 100 videos. And I am beyond grateful within these 100 videos and more or less 365 days to everybody, to the YouTube community as a whole, to all my subscribers and commenters alike, to my fellow content creators, whether they be on books, video games, movie reviews, anything, everything. I am just so humble and grateful to everyone and everything about YouTube. Um, without that, without any of you, I could not, would not, um, and should not sit here and do these videos. So, again, thank you is two simple words, but the meaning, the feeling behind them cannot be put into words. So, without further ado, let's start 100th video proper. And this is a special video topic for me. It's a video topic I've touched on a number of times on the channel, but this is a video game topic video, and no, it's not a video game retrospective series video. It's more or less why, how, when, and why I still play video games to this day and, beyond for the foreseeable future. Not to say I won't give up video games, but even when and if I do give up playing video games, I'm pretty sure the desire will still be there. And also, I will tell you what video game genre type I go for above all others and why. So let's begin, shall we? Like so many of my fellow Gen X people out there, I grew up when the Nintendo Entertainment System, the original NES, came stateside. And I don't know if any of you remember this, but I remember renting a Nintendo Entertainment System from a video rental store for the weekend for 48 hours more or less. Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday, however it went. And, you would go to the video store. I believe, I don't remember what video rental store we had back then that we went and rented games and or movies from. This was before that time of Blockbuster and way before the time of, hey, let's turn on the TV, turn on Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, anything like that, HBO Max. Scroll through that and find something to watch. So, my family rented a Nintendo system from a local video game store or video rental store, and they rented console, the NES itself, with at least one controller, and I believe the only game it had was the original Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt cartridge together. So yes, I'm showing my age to any of my viewers that are uh, 30 and under, or maybe under 40, 5 or 10 years younger than me. But it is what it is, okay? Can't change it. In a way, wouldn't want to change it. I would want to be younger, if at all possible, for, other reasons than mortality. It's just, that's another topic for another time. It probably wouldn't even, fit this channel well. But anyway, so like I had said already countless times, rented a whole Nintendo Entertainment System for the weekend from the video store. Played it, and my parents wanted to make sure I liked it before they went drop all that money, for a whole Nintendo system, for a whole game system, and, whatever. So, can't blame them. Video games today aren't cheap, and they were not, they were a little cheaper back then, but it was still a good chunk of money to put out, for something you're not sure if you want in your home. Today we have to go in blind and just hope for the best. Because there is no, well, let's just go see and rent it, and if it doesn't work out, we'll bring it back and move on. So, you know, back then it was, like I said, just Super Mario and Duck Hunt. Check out my NES and Game Boy retrospective video if you want to, list of games I played and, my thoughts and feelings on just the system and the Game Boy as a whole. Check out that video. It's somewhere on the channel. It's among the first series of retrospective video game retrospective videos. It should be the series or the video after the introduction of the video game retrospective um, videos, which I will get back to soon. I put pause on that for a moment, but it's coming back soon. So you know, after years of going through the Nintendo and whatever, Super Nintendo came out. So look, I won't go uh, series by series. This is not that video, or system by system that you know I I have and will give each system their time to shine in its respective video. So but look, my main point is, back then I had no idea. I was a kid, I had no idea beyond what my family or would pick up for me, or what I saw in the store and pretty much had my mom, dad, grandma, whoever buy it for me, whether it be just because a birthday, Christmas, whatever, what have you. But flash forward to, when I got older, when I really found my game footing, let's say, somebody brought over a copy of Final Fantasy X for PlayStation 2. I believe I told this story in my PlayStation 2 retrospective. So I'll just touch on it here. But, somebody brought a copy of Final Fantasy X PlayStation 2. This was in the early 2000s, 2003 or 4, something like that. Liked what I saw, but I was told, if Mitch, if you want to play this, gotta go out and buy not only a copy of the game, because it was their game, it wasn't mine. I believe it was a brother and sister that had it together. They just, brought it so I could check it out. So I had to get my own copy of the game, and then I had to not only purchase the game, but purchase a memory card, an additional little chip to insert into the PlayStation 2, and so I could go along and save my progress every so often. Because, unlike today, you know, the games didn't have internal memory whatsoever. You had to buy these little memory chips, memory cards, I believe they called them, uh, and put them into a slot or outlet on the game, and when it asked you, do you want to save progress? Click yes, and your progress went on that, you know, uh, external memory chip. Um, and then you have to be careful not to overload, because even though it had a good amount of memory to save maybe 10 to 12 games at a time, you didn't want to overload it with files, because then you would have to start sacrificing, you know, things here and there. So, but my point is this: from playing Final Fantasy X all the way through, that was it. I was hooked to RPGs, role playing games, specifically Square Enix, as they were known at the time. Back in the 80s and 90s, uh, the company was known as Squaresoft, and then partnered up with another company, Enix Onyx, to become Square Enix, Square Onyx, however you want to pronounce it. Uh, so, yeah, my go to from that point on was not exclusively role playing, but primarily role playing or RPGs. So, um, you know, traditional platformers where you may have to jump from one, you know, area to the next in certain parts of the game, those are fine. But if you have to, make long jumps, double jumps, and you have enemies coming at you, and jump and attack, whatever. Like your Mario, like your I can't think of many examples right now, but you know what I mean. So yeah, uh, in first-person shooters, I don't care for. Not only is the shooting awkward, not only are the shooting mechanics awkward for me on the control scheme, but the, you know, viewpoint. Um, I can see what's coming at me from, you know, directly in front and maybe take care of what or who is in front of me. But from the side or behind, before I know it, I'm dead. So yeah, RPGs, role playing games are my go to. Specifically, something like Square Enix game, publisher, or, maybe Blizzard with Diablo, something that has a good story and, you can take your time with and develop your character over time. It has its ups and downs like everything else. You know, you have to take your time and maybe distribute your points in, certain areas if you want your character to have a certain build, as it were, but it depends on the game. Um, and my fellow RPG players know all this. I'm just briefly going over something that, you know, um, somebody that plays video games and doesn't play these type of games may not know. So I'm, just briefly going over, you have to sacrifice your points or whatever. Or if you want to be good or evil, they give you that option in some games too. If you want to play good, you have to, follow this path. If you want to play evil, kind of have to follow this path. A good example of good and evil type playing role playing game would be the original Fable game on Xbox. The original Xbox, which, uh, Xbox should be coming up rather relatively soon on Video Game Retrospective Series, if not next. The video after the next one. Um, but anyway, so yeah, enough of what type of game I am on the hunt to play. Why do I play them? Why do I continue to play them? I had my period where I didn't want to, or I just didn't play video games for a while. Everybody goes through that spell, whether it be video game, whether it be, movies, reading, it doesn't matter. We all have the periods where we do this, take it or leave it thing. So I won't dwell on that. But why do I play video games now? And, for the foreseeable future, is because, look, I'm disabled. And, if nothing else, getting enjoyment is one thing, but operating the controls and doing the mechanics of, Spider-Man web shot or, whatever the video game calls for, attacking with X, O, triangle, right trigger, left trigger. It doesn't matter. It's good therapy for me mentally, physically, and it helps me pass my time, which is what I and so many others look for. Hey, you can't sit there and tell me I started playing the game at 5:30 and 5:35 I was done, or 5:32 I was done. That just does not happen. I'm sorry. Maybe if you started at 5:30 p.m. and played till maybe 12 a.m., I'd believe that. Um, because honestly, when I started up the last little bit, and I say little bit lightly, of Final Fantasy X back in the day, I can't tell you what time we started, but I can tell you it was early afternoon, early evening, well before dark. And then we kept saying a little more. Before we knew it, game was over, and guess what? It was 5 a.m. 5:00 a.m. the next morning. So yeah. Um, just recently played Hogwarts Legacy, I believe last Monday, because I'm recording this on Sunday, 22nd of June. So whatever last, past Monday's date was, started at 11:30 a.m. Yes, took breaks, you know, talked to people, ate food, whatnot, but officially didn't stop playing and say, okay, I'm done until 8:30 or nearly 9 o'clock that night. So, sit there and tell me you only played for 5 minutes at a time, maybe depending on the game, uh, I might believe you, but odds are not really gonna believe you. I'm sorry, my eyes, you don't play video games often or at all. You only play for, you know, a handful of minutes at a time. So, there, I didn't mean to offend anybody if I did. Or if you feel like I did, I'm sorry, but I had to say what I felt or feel. So, let me know down in the comments what type of video games do you play, if you play video games. Are you an RPG player? Are you a platform guy or gal? Or do you play sports games? Anything? Uh, Fighters, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, um, anything. As always, thank you. 100 videos in nearly a year's time, 51 subscribers as of now. Um, yes, this is really taking off. And it's a hobby, you know. It's not that I feel that I have to do, but if people will watch the videos and give me feedback and, whatever else, then yes, I have to do it in that sense to, you know, um, in a way, please all of you out there, um, to keep coming back, to keep hearing what I'm talking about, what I'm saying, and to, uh, it delights me that, hey, people are interested in the same things I am, even though we may not or don't know each other by name or can't put a name to a face, anything like that. You know my face, but I don't know yours. Unless you truly put your picture in the little icon, I don't know anything but a name that comment under or whatever. So, thank you. 100 videos and nearly a year gone. Uh, Here's to a whole lot more because I have a whole lot more to say. So, have a good day, good evening. Love yourself and each other and take care of each other. And I will be back soon. I guarantee that. Bye.